What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. So let's take a look at this situation right here. Apparently, TMZ caught up with Jonathan Majors to ask him about the whole situation with Robert Downey Jr. stepping in as the new big bad for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We all know that, of course. Dr. Doom is in and Kang is out. Kang, obviously, being Jonathan Majors' character. All right, you can see the headline right here. It says, Jonathan Majors is heartbroken after Marvel pivots focus to RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., who is now Dr. Doom. Look, let me say this real quick. Marvel was going to absolutely pivot focus regardless of anything that happened with Jonathan Majors and his trial. All right, all of that is like secondary. They needed to pivot focus for a couple of reasons. Number one, Dr. Doom is just the better, bigger, and more important villain for Marvel to kind of outline, all right? Especially when you're talking about going towards Secret Wars. In Secret Wars, Dr. Doom is the primary antagonist. He is the main villain in that storyline. So they were going to have to get to Dr. Doom eventually anyway. But then the second thing is that the character of Kang really wasn't going anywhere in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, you know, that's not Jonathan Majors' fault, all right? It's not necessarily due to his acting, but just the way the character was written. I mean, he lost to ants. If you lose to ants, you can't be the big bad in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm sorry. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, bro lost to ants. I'm like, look, man, Jonathan Majors should have stepped in at that point and say, wait a minute, hold up, I'm reading this script. Y'all got me losing to ants? No. Find some other way to do this. I'm not losing to ants, and hell, I ain't losing to Ant-Man either, okay? And his entire family. No, Kang gets away, escapes, or whatever. There's no way I'm losing and dying to some ants into Ant-Man. That's it. That's all. So, yeah. But after that, I think people were just like, I don't care about this damn villain. I don't care about this character. He don't seem that menacing. He don't seem like he can overcome obstacles like a Thanos or something. Thanos wasn't going to lose to some damn ants. All right. That's basically how it goes. But anyway, Jonathan Majors, he had something to say about this situation. Let's go ahead and play this little quick interview.
Hey, Jonathan. How are you?
Nice.
I mean, it was announced that Robert Downey Jr. was, being brought back from Marvel to play Dr. Doom. I mean, it looks like he's replacing your villain, Kang. I mean, are you hurt with the new direction that, Marvel is, going?
Yeah, heartbroken.
You are?
Yeah, of course. Come on. Yeah, of course. I love him.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a dumb question, right? It is kind of a stupid question. I guess it's the icebreaker to get things going or whatever. But yeah, obviously, bro is broken up over that. That's a big role for him. He's in the biggest cinematic franchise going. He probably had like 3 or 4 more movies that he was going to play, other TV shows he was going to jump into. It's a role of a lifetime. So obviously, yeah, he's definitely going to be broken up over that. Not so much the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is stepping in, but that he's out. Right? I think that's really what it is. But again, like I said, Dr. Doom, they were going in that direction anyway, so that's just what it is.
I love Kang.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Dr. Doom is wicked, though.
Yeah, it is good. It's going to be good. I mean, both Robert Downey Jr. and Ezra Miller have had, a history of trouble with, the law and getting arrested for felonies. I mean, you only had a misdemeanor. Do you feel like it's unfair that you're not being given the same opportunities as them?
Now, let me answer this as well, okay? Because both of those actors obviously had some run-ins with the law, had some trouble, all right? Same as Jonathan Majors. And so, you can already hear where this thing is going with this lady. But at the same time, let's break it down. Yeah, so when you go through the timeline of his career from 83 to 89, right? He was a working actor and a comedian. 90 to 94, he got his first Oscar nomination. I want to say it was for Chaplin, right? Yeah, Charlie Chaplin. He would earn, the film earned 3 Academy Award nominations, including Best Actor in a Leading Role for Downey Jr. So yeah, he's a great actor. Always been a great actor, okay? Always been a great actor. But then from 96 to 2001, addiction struggles and arrests. So he was getting arrested. He was having trouble with drugs. He was going through it, all right? All kinds of mug shots of the guy, everywhere. So it's not like he had just easy street, right? And he was just rolling along after all of this was done. I remember he was in U.S. Marshals and all of that. Then, yeah, look, he had to spend 3 years, or he was sentenced to spend 3 years in the California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and State Prison. All right, so this guy was sentenced to jail, and then after spending 1 year in the facility, he was released, and then he would go on to Ally McBeal. But then after that, I think he ended up getting fired from Ally McBeal, and then he would spend another year in another drug treatment facility. So it's not like this guy was just getting a slap on the wrist. All right, go on and hang out with Megan Good at your crib. All right, it's all good. All right. Yeah, he was getting roles along the way. And I think Jonathan Major will still get roles here and there, but they ain't going to be like them A-list roles, you know, that you would expect for an A-list movie star that got nominated for an Oscar. And it's because of this type of stuff, you know, and then he started to get his gradual comeback. All right. That's the timeline for him. Now, when you're talking about Ezra Miller, right, here's his IMDb. Ezra Miller ain't did jack shit since The Flash. He hasn't done anything in his career since The Flash. The Flash, that was it. As a matter of fact, one of his roles got recast. All right. He was in Invincible. I don't know if you guys remember. He voiced D.A. Sinclair in season 1 of the Prime Video animated series. Yeah, he got recast. Again, people are not messing with Ezra Miller. There's a big question mark right now based on everything that's been going on. It's a big question mark as to what's going on with Ezra Miller. So it's not like this guy just jumped back, got his career back, everything is A-okay. Yeah, like MovieWeb is basically saying, yeah, 1 year after The Flash is Ezra Miller's career essentially over, right? This article just came out last month. And yeah, so there's big questions right now centering around Ezra Miller. They say here his off-screen controversies led to haphazard marketing, a $200 million loss for The Flash. Yeah, they ain't trying to see this $200 million go down the drain. All right. Once considered an exciting actor, Miller's career is overshadowed by controversies impacting future roles. Despite past success in independent cinema, Miller's likelihood of being cast in mainstream Hollywood films is uncertain. Yeah. So I don't think Miller is going to just pop on back right on like nothing ever happened. But here's the thing I do believe. I do believe the reason that they allowed The Flash to come out in the first place, the reason that they said, all right, man, let that thing go, is because James Gunn, they probably already had it in the works that James Gunn was going to reboot the entire universe. So there's no reason to recast this. They knew what it is that they wanted to do. It's like, yo, we got to reboot this thing anyway. We already spent, I don't know, $200-300 million on this stupid Flash movie that ain't working. So let's just go ahead and let it go out and just let it hit the theaters. We'll get whatever we can get coming back out of that, and then we're going to reboot it anyway. That's my opinion anyway, you know, when it comes to this situation.
I think it's fair that Mr. Downey is being and has been greeted with patience and curiosity and love, and that Mr. Miller's gotten the same treatment, and that they're being allowed to work their art and be creative at that level, you know. I didn't really get that, so, you know.
Do you wish you had like the same opportunity as them?
I mean, that's hard. I mean, come on. Yeah.
I mean, why do you think that's the case, though? Like, for them?
Wow. I don't know.
Hey, look, man, she was baiting him, right? She was trying to get that. Hey, come on, take the bait. She's trying to get this dude to take the bait, make it a race issue. You could hear it in her voice. You could see it in the way he wanted to respond to it, man. It's too funny. But look, I just explained it, man. Robert Downey Jr.'s situation was far different than this one. He had to go through at least a decade of, you know, kind of being looked at like, I don't know about this guy, Robert Downey Jr., you know? He had to go through a decade of that. And then, like I said, Ezra Miller, his shit just happened last year. He really hasn't gotten any roles. And we saw he just got recast. Like, I got to fact check these clowns in real time. Yeah, but that's the situation, all right? I just want everybody to understand that. That's the situation. I don't think Jonathan Majors is getting treated differently. I think basically, and I think his situation is actually a lot easier for folks to forgive based on, you know, what happened versus somebody like Ezra Miller. You know, Ezra Miller was up to no good, okay? And then Robert Downey Jr., but he had to go through his, you know, years and years and years of being on the downside before he finally resurrected his career, you know. So I think there's a big difference between the two. But anyway.
Would you want your old role back, like your old job back as Kang the Conqueror?
Kang?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love him. That's why I said I love him. I love him. I love Kang. Love Timeless. Love He Who Remains. Love him. If that's what the fans want, if that's what Marvel wants, let's roll. Hell yeah.
All right, so there that was. Let's see what this article is talking about. I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. All right. Yeah, we caught up with the actor in West Hollywood Tuesday where he explained why the RDJ Doctor Doom news was bittersweet for him. As he put it, Doctor Doom's introduction into the MCU is pretty cool, but he loved playing Kang, and so it's only natural he's bummed about Marvel's redirection. Though some fans have felt Jonathan being blacklisted from the MCU has been too harsh a punishment, given he was found guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment and given no jail time. Interesting, RDJ himself did jail time in the 90s, right? See, again, that was in the 90s. After being found guilty of possession of a controlled substance, carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle with a prior conviction, driving under the influence, and use of a controlled substance. See, but he did his time, all right? He absolutely did his time. He was in jail. He wasn't getting nothing like he was getting with Iron Man, you know, and like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Dolittle and all kinds of other different roles that he played. He wasn't getting them roles. You know, he was kind of like, yeah, he was a good actor, still a good actor, still a great actor. But he had to do his time, you know, in, I guess, you know, Hollywood jail, so to speak, where, you know, he wasn't getting them A-list type roles. And I think Jonathan Majors is going to have to go through a similar period. You know, they've already shelved, what was it, Magazine Dreams, which is a movie I actually was looking forward to. But they put that one on the shelf. That one's not coming out. At least I don't think they've said anything lately. So, you know, he has to do his time. You know, that's the way Hollywood rolls. You know, is it fair? No. Let me say this right off the bat as well. It's not fair because it does seem like some people, they get some love and some people don't. You know, and I guess maybe depending on who you are and how you know, deal with certain people in Hollywood, maybe, you know, there's some leeway given for certain actors. It doesn't seem like he's going to be getting that, you know, otherwise they probably would have been like, nah, John, you good. We're going to keep bringing your shit out. We're going to let you keep playing Kang. You know, all of that stuff would have happened. So I don't know what it is about Jonathan Majors. I don't know the guy personally, but it seems like, yeah, there's some level of we don't like you or we don't like something you've done and you were cool for a minute, but now you're not. You know, and so, yeah, there it is. However, the Oscar winner later received a full pardon in 2015 from then California Governor Jerry Brown. Yeah, a little picture of Robert Downey Jr. right there. Ezra Miller, who played Barry Allen in The Flash and the DC Extended Universe movies, similarly kept his superhero job, though he faced a number of troubling allegations in recent years, including harassment and grooming. When asked for his input as to why he was being treated differently than Ezra and Robert, Jonathan danced around commenting, but shot us a knowing look. Yeah, look, like I said, with the Ezra Miller situation, it seems like that was more along the lines of, look, we're rebooting this thing. We've already dropped $300 some odd million or whatever it is that they spent on The Flash. And look, we're just going to put it out and get what we can get out of it. And then that universe is getting rebooted anyway. I think if that universe was continuing, I think they might have thought about, okay, man, we don't want this guy playing the Flash. And even though we put a ton of bread in this thing, we're just going to have to reshoot it. We're going to have to reshoot all of these scenes over again because we want a Flash to carry forward. I was saying this at the time before I knew that James Gunn was going to come in and reboot everything. I was saying, yo, you got to get a Flash for your universe. And if you're not going to, you know, recast this dude, you're tainting this character. But like I said, they ended up rebooting it, so it really didn't matter. So it kind of makes sense that they just let that movie go out the way it was. It's like, whatever, you know, we ain't spending no more money on it. Let's get whatever we can get back from it and let's call it a loss. We already know we're going to lose money on it. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. Look, I hope Jonathan Majors comes out the other side of this thing, you know, shining. I hope he comes out smelling like a rose. I think he's a solid enough actor. I didn't necessarily like his Kang stuff, but I like some of his other parts that he's played, specifically in Creed 3. I thought he did a great job in that. I was looking forward to Magazine Dreams. I wish the brother success. I hope he can get things back on the right track. Look, the only piece of advice I'll give Jonathan Majors, keep your phone in your pocket when you out there dealing with the chicks, all right? Do not have your phone out checking messages and all of that. That's insane, bruh. You got to keep your phone in your pocket, all right? You know, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. That's just the way I look at it. You know, don't be pulling it out and seeing, oh, what's up? I'm going to hook up with her later on. No, bruh. Put your phone in your pocket and you'll be all right, all right? None of this would have happened, all right, if you had kept your phone in your pocket. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. I think it's an interesting reaction on Jonathan Majors' part. You know, like I said, it seems like he's humbling himself a little bit about it. But he also understands, in my opinion, that, yeah, it's probably going to be some bumps in the road until I get back on track. But I think he'll get back there probably a lot faster than Ezra Miller and Robert Downey Jr. did. Because Robert Downey Jr., he spent like a decade in Hollywood purgatory. Like, I mean, he was just not on the good foot at all. All right. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.